Okay, good. Hello, princess.
Oh, hey Mel. Sorry, I'm just testing some stuff.
Hello, princess.
Yeah, buddy. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why did that just come through? Oh, I don't know. Sit up straight. I don't know. Do a put up. Last one. You need to hydrate. I'm just doing some tests that recorded some stuff. I recorded. Okay. Check it. How are we all today, anyway? Hi, Apple. How are you? My alerts weren't working. So I went and just recorded a bunch of custom ones using my voice, and then put them in. Add some more. Well, I appreciate you stopping by for a little bit anyway. Oh yeah. Hi Jordan. How are you, mate? Roses. Appreciate everything. 2 minutes. I'm gonna start reading in 2 minutes. I'm trying to lock in. Today was good, long but good. At the gym, I'm loving being back at the gym doing upper body. I wanted to try and do a video of me at the gym, like after in the locker room, but I want to just to boost my confidence. It is lemonade, sugar-free edition. Like my I think deep down I know that I'm pretty fit, but I can't. I really struggle. Which is why I'm trying to post it. I feel like posting it's gonna help. Exposure therapy, guys. Exposure therapy. I used to be pretty well, sorry. I used to be very out of shape. And I would always just wear baggy clothes. I used to always just wear baggy clothes. I um I used to wear baggy clothes a lot, and um I'm getting used over it now. The lighting in my room sucks. I'm not lighting in my room's horrible. Um, and it's gotten better now that I'm exactly, but I need to do it. I'm thinking maybe I'll do it tomorrow before I go to work. Try my best. Try my best. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna start reading now. I'm gonna start reading. I hope you all enjoy the reading. I'll try and respond a little bit as we go. But I'm gonna try and keep reading as much as I can just to not disrupt the flow. Oh wait, real quick. Water, water, mate, is healthy. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Chapter 4, Back to the Burrow. By 12 o'clock next day, Harry's trunk was packed with his school things and all his most prized possessions. The invisibility cloak he had inherited from his father, the broomstick he had got from Sirius, the enchanted map of Hogwarts he had been given by Fred and George Weasley last year. He had emptied his hiding place under the loose floorboard of all food, double-checked every nook and cranny of his bedroom with forgotten spellbooks and quills, taken down the chart of the wall, counting down the days to September the 1st, on which he liked to cross off the days remaining until he returned to Hogwarts. The atmosphere inside 4 Privet Drive was extremely tense. The imminent arrival at their house of an assortment of wizards was making the Dursleys uptight and irritable. Uncle Vernon had looked downright alarmed when Harry informed him that the Weasleys would be arriving at 5 o'clock the very next day. I hope you told them to dress properly, these people, he snarled at once. I've seen the sort of your stuff lot you wear. They'd better have the decency to put on normal clothes, that's all. Harry felt a slight tense of foreboding. He had rarely seen Mr. and Mrs. Weasley wearing anything but that the Dursleys would call normal. Their children might don muggle clothing during the holidays, but Mr. and Mrs. Weasley usually wore long robes in varying states of shabbiness. Harry wasn't bothered about what the neighbors would think, but he was anxious about how rude the Dursleys might be to the Weasleys. They showed up looking like their worst idea of wizards. What character is what? Oh, that is Uncle Vernon. He's cranky, he's growling. Uncle Vernon had put on his best suit. To some people, this might have been like a gesture of welcome, but Harry knew it was because Uncle Vernon wanted to look impressive and intimidating. Dudley, on the other hand, looked somehow diminished. This was not because the diet was at last taking effect, but due to fright. Dudley had emerged from his last encounter with a fully grown wizard with a curly pig's tail poking out of his feet and his trousers, and Aunt Petunia and Uncle Vernon had to pay for its removal at a private hospital in London. It wasn't altogether surprising, therefore, that Dudley had kept running his hand nervously over his backside and walking sideways from room to room, so as not to be present at the same time to the enemy. Lunch was an almost silent meal. Dudley didn't even protest the food. Cottage cheese and grated celery. Aunt Petunia wasn't eating anything at all. Her arms were folded, her lips were pursed, and she seemed to be chewing her tongue, as though biting back the furious diatribe she longed to throw at Harry. "They'll be driving, of course," Uncle Vernon barked across the table. "Huh?" said Harry. He hadn't thought of that at all. How were the Weasleys going to pick him up? They didn't have a car anymore. The old Ford Anglia that they had once owned was currently running wild in the Forbidden Forest of Hogwarts. But Mr. Weasley had borrowed a Ministry of Magic car last year. Possibly he would do the same today. I think so, said Harry. Uncle Vernon snorted into his mustache. Normally, Uncle Vernon would have asked what car Mr. Weasley drove. He tended. Thank you for the gifts, Leah. He tended to judge other men based on how big and expensive their cars were. But Harry doubted whether Uncle Vernon would have taken to Mr. Weasley even if he drove a Ferrari. Harry spent most of the afternoon in his bedroom. He couldn't stand watching Aunt Petunia peer out through the net curtains every few seconds, as though there had to be a warning of about an escaped rhinoceros. Finally, at 5:15, Harry went back downstairs and into the living room. Aunt Petunia was compulsively straightening cushions. Uncle Vernon was pretending to read the newspaper, but his tiny eyes were not moving, and Harry was sure he was really listening with all his might for the sound of an approaching car. Dudley was crammed into an armchair, his porky hands beneath him clamped firmly around his bottom. Harry couldn't take the tension. He left the room and went and sat on the stairs in the hall, his eyes on his watch and his heart pumping fast with excitement and nerves. But 5 o'clock came and went. Uncle Vernon, perspiring slightly in his suit, opened the front door, peered up and down the street, then withdrew his head quietly. "They're late." "They're late!" he snarled at Harry. "I know," said Harry. Maybe the traffic's bad or something." 5:10, then 5:15. Harry was starting to feel anxious now. At 5:30, he heard Uncle Vernon and Aunt Petunia conversing in tense matters in the living room. "No consideration at all." "We might have had other engagements." "Maybe they'll think they'll get invited to dinner if they..." Oopsies. If they... Sorry, guys. I actually dropped my book on the flippin' thing. If they're late. "Well, that certainly won't be," said Aunt Petunia, and Harry heard them stand up and start pacing in the living room. "They'll take the boy and go. There'll be no hanging around. That if they're coming at all, probably mistaken the day. I dare say their kind can't set much more punctuality. Either that, or they drove some tin pot car that's broken. Ah! Thank you for the likes, Noah. And, oh, thank you for the gifts as well, Leah. I am back, Noah." Harry jumped up. From the other side of the living room door came the sounds of the three Dursleys scrambling, panic-stricken across the room. Next moment, Dudley came flying into the hall, looking terrified. "What happened?" said Harry. "What's the matter?" But Dudley didn't seem to be able to speak. Hands still clamped over his buttocks. He waddled as fast as he could into the kitchen. Harry hurried into the living room. High rot, loud banging and scrapings were coming from behind the Dursleys' boarded-up fireplace, which had a fake coal fire plugged in front of it. "What is it?" gasped Aunt Petunia, who had backed into the hall and was staring, terrified, towards the fire. "What is it, Vernon?" But they were left in doubt barely a second longer. Voices could be heard inside the blocked fireplace. "Ouch! Fred, no! Go back, go back! There's been some kind of mistake. Tell George not to... Ouch! George, there's no room. Go back quickly and tell Ron." "Maybe Harry can hear us, Dad. Maybe he'll let us out." There was a loud hammering of fists on the boards behind the electric fire. Harry, can you hear us?" The Dursleys rounded on Harry like a pair of angry wolverines. "What is this?" growled Uncle Vernon. "What's going on?" They tried to get here by flue powder," said Harry, fighting a mad desire to laugh. "They can travel by fire. Only you've blocked the fireplace. Hang on." He approached the fireplace and called through the boards. "Mr. Weasley, can you hear me?" The hammering stopped. Somebody inside the chimney piece said, "Shh." "Mr. Weasley, it's Harry. The fireplace has been blocked up. You won't be able to get through there." "Damn," said Mr. Weasley's voice. What on earth did they want to block up the fireplace for?" "They've got an electric fire," said Harry. "Really?" said Mr. Weasley excitedly. "Electric, you say? With a plug? Gracious, I must see that. Let's think. Ouch! Ron!" Ron's voice now joined the others. "What are we doing here? Has something gone wrong?" "Oh no, Ron," said Fred's voice, very sarcastically. "No, this is exactly where we wanted to end up." "Yeah, we're having the time of our lives here," said George, whose voice sounded muffled as though he was squashed against the wall. Boys, said Mr. Weasley vaguely. "I'm trying to think what to do. Yes, only way. Stand back, Harry." Harry retreated to the sofa. Uncle Vernon, however, moved forwards. "Wait a moment," he bellowed into the fire. "What exactly are you going to—" Bang! The electric fire shot across the room as the boarded-up fireplace burst outwards, expelling Mr. Weasley, Fred, George, and Ron in a cloud of rubble and loose chippings. Aunt Petunia shrieked and fell backwards over the coffee table. Uncle Vernon caught her before she hit the floor and gaped, speechless, at the Weasleys, all of whom bright red hair, including Fred and George, who were identical to each other. "That's better," panted Mr. Weasley, brushing the dust from his long green robes and straightening his glasses. "Ah, you must be Harry's aunt and uncle." Tall, thin, and balding, he moved towards Uncle Vernon, his hand outstretched. But Uncle Vernon backed away several places, dragging out Petunia. Words utterly failed Uncle Vernon. His best suit was covered in white dust, which settled in his hair and mustache and made him look as though he had just aged 30 years. Yes, sorry about that, said Mr. Weasley, lowering his hand and looking over his shoulder at the blasted fireplace. It's all my fault. It just didn't occur to me that we wouldn't be able to get out the other side. I had your fireplace connected with flue powder, you see, just up for an afternoon. You know, so we could get to Harry. Muggle fireplaces aren't supposed to be connected, strictly speaking, but I've got a useful contact at the flue regulation panel, and he fixed it for me. I can put it right in a jiffy, don't worry. I'll light a fire to send the boys back, and then I can repair the fireplace before I disapparate. Harry was ready to bet that the Dursleys hadn't understood a single word of this. They were still gaping at Mr. Weasley's thunderstruck. Aunt Petunia staggered upright and hid behind Uncle Vernon. Hello, Harry, said Mr. Weasley brightly. Get your trunk ready. It's upstairs, said Harry, grinning. We'll get it, said Fred at once, winking at Harry. He and George left the room. They knew where Harry's bedroom was, having once rescued him in the dead of night. Harry suspected that Fred and George were hoping for a glimpse of Dudley. They had heard a lot about him from Harry. Well, said Mr. Weasley, swinging his arm slightly, while he tried to find words to break the very nasty silence. Very nice place you've got here. Hi, Coca-Cola. Thank you for the gifts again, Talia. As the usually spotless living room was now covered in dust and bits of brick, this remark didn't go down too well with the Dursleys. Uncle Vernon's face purpled once more, and Aunt Petunia started chewing her tongue again. However, they seemed to be too scared to actually say anything. Mr. Weasley was looking around. He loved everything to do with Muggles. Harry could see him itching to go and examine the television and the video recorder. They run off electricity too, do they? He said knowledgeably. Ah, yes, I can see the plugs. I collect plugs, he added to Uncle Vernon. And batteries. Got a very large collection of batteries. My wife thinks I'm mad. But there you are. Uncle Vernon clearly thought Mr. Weasley was mad too. He moved very so slightly to the right, screening Aunt Petunia from view, as though he thought Mr. Weasley would suddenly run at them and attack. Dudley suddenly reappeared in the room. Harry could hear the clunk of his trunk on the stairs, and knew the sound had scared Dudley out of the kitchen. Dudley edged along the wall, gazing at Mr. Weasley with terrified eyes, and attempted to conceal himself behind his mother and father. Unfortunately, Uncle Vernon's bulk, while sufficient to hide bony Aunt Petunia, was nowhere near enough to conceal Dudley. Ah, this is your cousin, is it, Harry? Said Mr. Weasley, taking another brave stab at the conversation. Yep, thank you, Noah, said Harry. That's Dudley. He and Ron exchanged glances and then quickly looked away from each other. The temptation to burst out laughing was almost overwhelming. Dudley was still clutching his bottom as though afraid it might fall off. Mr. Weasley, however, seemed genuinely concerned at Dudley's peculiar behaviour. Indeed, from the tone of his voice when he next spoke, Harry was quite sure Mr. Weasley thought Dudley was quite as mad as the Dursleys thought he was, except that Mr. Weasley felt sympathy rather than fear. Have a good holiday, Dudley, he said kindly. Dudley whimpered. Harry saw his hands tighten even harder over his backside. Fred and George came back into the room carrying Harry's trunk. They glanced around, and they entered and spotted Dudley. Their faces cracked into identical evil grins. All right, said Mr. Dudley. Better get cracking, then. He pushed up the sleeves and his robes and took out his wand. Harry saw the Dursleys back against the wall as one. Incendio, said Mr. Weasley, pointing the wand at the hole in the wall behind them. Flames rose at once in the fireplace, cracking merrily as though they had been bursting for hours. Mr. Weasley took a small drawstring bag from his pocket, untied it, and took a pinch of the powder inside and threw it into the flames, which turned emerald green and roared even brighter. Off you go, then, Fred, said Mr. Weasley. Coming, said Fred. Oh no, hang on. A bag of sweets had spilled out of Fred's pocket, and their contents were now rolling in every direction. Big, fat toffees in brightly coloured wrappers. Fred scrambled around, cramming them into his pockets, then gave the Dursleys a cheery wave, stepped forward, and walked right into the fire, saying, The burrow! Aunt Petunia gave a little shuddering gasp. There was a whooshing sound, and Fred vanished. Right then, George, said Mrs. Weasley. You in the trunk. Harry helped George carry the trunk towards the fire and turn it in on its end so he could hold it better. Then, with a second whoosh, George cried, "The burrow!" and vanished too. "Ron, you next," said Mr. Weasley. "See you," said Ron brightly to the Dursleys. He grinned broadly at Harry, then stepped into the fire, shouted, "The burrow!" and disappeared. "Hi, Rot. Welcome to the Purple App." Now Harry and Mr. Weasley remained alone. "Well then." "Bye," Harry said to the Dursleys. They didn't say anything at all. Harry moved towards the fire, but just as he reached the edge of the hearth, Mr. Weasley put out a hand and held him back. He was looking at the Dursleys in amazement. "Harry said goodbye to you," he said. "Didn't you hear him?" "It doesn't matter," said Mr. Weasley. "Honestly, I don't care." Mr. Weasley did not move his hand from Harry's shoulder. "You aren't going to see your nephew till next summer," he said to Uncle Vernon in mild indignation. "Surely you're going to say goodbye." Uncle Vernon's face worked furiously. The idea of being taught consideration by a man who had just blasted half his living room wall seemed to be causing him intense suffering. But Mr. Weasley's wand was still in hand, and Uncle Vernon's tiny eyes darted to it once before he said, very resentfully, "Goodbye, then." "See you," said Harry, putting one foot forward in the green flames, which felt pleasantly like warm breath. At the next moment, however, a horrible gagging sound erupted behind him, and Aunt Petunia started to scream. Harry wheeled around. Dudley was no longer standing behind his parents. He was kneeling beside the coffee table and was gagging and sputtering on a foot-long, purple, slimy thing that was protruding from his mouth. One bewildered second later, Harry realized that the foot-long thing was Dudley's tongue, and that a brightly colored toffee wrapper was lying on the ground before him. Aunt Petunia hurled herself onto the ground beside Dudley, seized the end of his swollen tongue, and attempted to retch it out of his mouth. Unsurprisingly, Dudley yelled and sputtered worse than ever, trying to fight her off. Uncle Vernon was bellowing and waving his arms around, and Mr. Weasley had to shout to make himself heard. "Not to worry, I can sort it out," he yelled, advancing on Dudley with his wand outstretched. But Aunt Petunia screamed worse than ever and threw herself on top of Dudley, shielding him from Mr. Weasley. "No, really," he said desperately. "It's a simple process. It was the toffee. My son Fred, real practical joker. But it's only an engorgement charm. At least, I think it is. Please, I can correct it." But far from being reassured, the Dursleys became even more panic-stricken. Aunt Petunia was sobbing hysterically, tugging Dudley's tongue as though determined to rip it out. Dudley appeared to be suffocating under the combined pressure of his mother and his tongue. And Uncle Vernon, who had lost control completely, seized a china figurine from the top of a sideboard and threw it very hard at Mr. Weasley, who ducked, causing the ornament to shatter in the blasted fireplace. "Now, really," said Mr. Weasley very angrily, brandishing his wand, "I'm trying to help." Bellowing like a wounded hippo, Uncle Vernon snatched up another ornament. "Harry, go, just go," said Mr. Weasley, his wand, Uncle Vernon. "I'll sort this out." Harry didn't want to miss out on the fun, but Uncle Vernon's second ornament nearly missed his left ear, and on balance, he thought it best to leave the situation to Mr. Weasley. He stepped into the fire, looked over his shoulder, and said, "The burrow." His last fleeting glimpse of the living room was of Mr. Weasley blasting a third ornament out of Uncle Vernon's hand with his wand, Aunt Petunia screaming and lying on top of Dudley, and Dudley's tongue lolling about like a great slimy python. The next moment, Harry had begun to spin very fast, and the Dursley living room was whipped out of sight in a rush of emerald green flames. That was a very short chapter. What do you think there, guys? Thank you for the like, Mika. The chapter seemed to be a lot shorter this book. Real short. I think it's just because the book's just starting, you know? They're just getting set up. I love Mr. Weasley. He's not intentionally funny, though. He's just... It's like a kid being shown all this really cool stuff that he loves. And everybody who's trying to talk to is scared of him, so he can't express his, he can't, like, talk about it, because everyone he's trying to talk to is scared of him. Very funny. Oh, Dudley. Yeah, but that's just Fred and George. They're just that's just what they're like. Funny creatures. When's the other book? What do you mean? When's the other book? What other book? Oh, this is the competition. This book is the competition. Oh. Well, this book's just starting, so it's probably not going to be for a little while because the book is only 4 chapters in. I think next chapter is when they go to watch. I think next chapter they go and watch the World Cup. So technically, the competition starts next, but not for a while. You're welcome. Anyway, guys, it was a bit of a quiet one, but that's fine. I hope you all had a great. You all enjoyed it, those. I'm gonna end the live here. Again, small chapter, but it should start growing a little bit as the book progresses. I know. I've locked it into 1 chapter a night. Plus, I'm very tired. I am very tired. I'm actually kind of happy that it's a smaller chapter because I can sleep. Go to sleep. We're almost there. I actually got another follower just before, which is pretty dope. So we are currently 26 followers away, guys, from 1,000. And we open the Pokemon. So she's just sitting there doing that. You need a cape. What for? I am not buying followers. Not a chance. I'd rather not grow than cheat. Oh, the cloak. I refuse. I refuse. Plus, as my mum always says, good things come to those who wait. You want Victor? That's Victor up there. You want me to grab him for you, Goblin, so you can see him up close? Pretty cool. Yeah, buddy. Dope. But Goblin, if you're still there, I can grab him and show you up close if you want. And then if you're willing, I can ship it for that price. Let's just say like 3 6 7s and a dab. Wow, Karma, is your are your messages coming through really slowly, or are you just responding now? I don't know what the heck that is. Okay, that's interesting. I have noticed. I think it's when. But well, I have like I said, depending where you are, the further you go, the more 6 7s you're gonna have to do, and you'll have to help me buy coffees. Actually, you know what? Scrap everything. For every state, sea, or ocean it has to cross, you have to buy me one coffee. I'll ship it. Yeah, good. We played RV there yet. Caleb and I played RV there yet, which is very fun. And then I played Skyrim in the morning, which I'm gonna play more Skyrim tomorrow as well. Loving it. Very fun. No, I can't do baking during the week anymore because my mum's back. Nice. Oh, you mean Basil chips? Um, my mum works from home, and her office is nearby the kitchen. So I can't talk because she has class like that. Um, so the baking streams won't be until the week. I am not doing it. I despise everything about it. Um, that's I can't really say. Custom built. So if I did say, I'm probably just gonna say a bunch of random crap that people don't understand. I can't just say like I hate ASMR. I don't like it. I don't like the idea of somebody whispering to me. Get out of here. Speak loud. Speak loud or I'll backhand you. That, get out of my face. If I can't hear you from like a regular talking distance, we have an issue. Oh, welcome back, Sosa. You seem just to comment now when I say something that's questionable. Please don't say that to me. Never say that again, Goblin. Never say that again. Actually, you know what? That's different. Soft spoken people and ASMR are two different things. ASMR is whispering and well, I'm not saying the first half of their name. I'm calling him Goblin. If that unfortunately, Goblin, that has revoked your rights of getting my cow. He is the protector of my books anyway. Books my manga. Sorry, mate. You lost it. You lost it. Or you can buy me one extra coffee. Benji, you missed it. I just finished reading. You missed it, Benji. Hi, by the way, Benji. I don't know what that means. Cola. I don't reveal my location online. I am in Queensland, Australia, but that's as close as we're gonna get. I've had some weirdos. Yeah, I'm not a huge streamer, but I nearly have what? Um oh, Build a Bear. Ah, that's cool. I've always wanted to build a bear. When I was younger, I was too like scared I wasn't gonna look manly. It, but or you can just donate to me on the Purple app. That works too. I am live on there too. You can see the comments. Oh, baby, way. Oh, no, you're all good. It was a very short chapter. It was a chapter that didn't appear in the movie. The what happened was Harry was waiting for the Weasleys to come pick him up. They were expecting him to come in a car. They actually came through the fire, and it was sort of exploded. And then there was a big thing where uh, Fred and George tricked Dudley into eating a lolly, which made his tongue really big, and then it got very crazy. But, but yes, tomorrow I'm gonna be videoing a what's in the fridge, like a fridge reveal video for my TikTok and my Instagram. For those who don't know as well, I do have an Instagram account that's linked to my streaming. Want to see like behind the scenes stuff? It was very fun. Oh, it will be fun, yes. If you want to see behind the scenes stuff, my drink fridge. If you want to see behind the fridge scene stuff of my life and just what's happening in my streaming, I post that on my Instagram. Yeah, I have a drink fridge, Benji. I'll be showing it tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do that tomorrow, and I'm gonna try my best to do like a gym video on my talk. But will I be confident enough to do that? I don't know. I don't know. My plans for the week: work, gym. That's it. I spend all the time Coca-Cola. I train all the time. Work and gym. That's about it for me. What about you, Benji? You got anything special? Oh yeah, no, nothing special for me. Wait, is there? Might be going for a ride on the weekend. Some, yeah, it gets like that sometimes. What am I doing tomorrow? I have stream, work, stream. No, I go stream, work, gym, stream. Thursday, I go stream, work, gym, stream. Friday, I go stream, work, sprints, stream. Saturday, I go um stream if I have time. Be a baking stream on Saturday though. Then we'll go for a ride and then stream Sunday. I'm gonna make it brownies, guys, on the weekend. No, or cookies. I haven't decided yet. I want to try and set up my computer so I can stream on Purple App and TikTok at the same time. But kangaroos, I haven't been for a walk. Do I stream? No, I don't. I'm thinking to get Goblin. Should I get into streaming? Sure. Wait, what type of cookies? Gotta help me pick the what type of cookie. Different types. What type of cookies? 30 most popular types of cookies. I have no clue what that is. Oh, I should give it a go. Well, I'll give it a go. You should follow me, Goblin. That way you can see when I go live. That'd be pretty cool. We have Snickerdoodles. Thank you for the follow. Also, Goblin, you probably want in. I am doing a Pokemon pack opening when I hit 1,000 followers. I'll show you the one I'm opening. I'm opening this Pokemon pack, the booster box of this. I'm going to be opening 30 of these. When I hit 1,000 followers, and we are hunting this card. We're hunting this. Yes, 30 packs. Will I get her? Benji. You brought this upon yourself, Benji. Thank you so much, Benji. I really appreciate you. Everyone, shout out Benji for gifting 5 subs. And I am really sorry for what happens now. How are we, guys? Benji paid for this. Benji paid for this, guys. Benji, you paid for this. I'm really hoping nobody walks into my room while this is happening. Oh. Wait, so how many did you do? You did 5, so I have to do it for 20. Benji, I have to do it for 25 seconds. No, I said it maxes out at 20. I said it maxes out at 20. Get the legs moving. Get the legs going. Get the legs going. I'm sorry, Goblin. Maxed out at 20. Okay. Here we go. 20 seconds. I've got a timer on my phone. Right. Okay. 20-second timer on my phone. 10-second timer. Oh, freaking out. Why the... Thank you. Okay. Oh, frick, I almost fell over. Frick. Hi, Tam. Sorry I had to witness that. I don't know what that means. Everybody always says that. And from now on, from now on, if anybody ever comments on my bad form, I'm gonna ignore it. I'm ignoring you guys when you mention that. Tia and Tam for you just joining. If anybody ever subs to me on the Purple app, I have to do that for 5 seconds. And somebody just gifted 5 subs. I haven't maxed out at 20 seconds. I'm so sorry you joined that. 10 out of 10? I'll take it. I'll take it. Well, if you want to see more of that, make sure to follow. Also, guys, the reason I've got this up as well is I'm gonna be opening 30 of these packs when I hit 1,000 followers. Letting you guys know. And we are hunting this card. This is the one I want. This one. The Japanese one. Couldn't care less about the flippin' this English edition. I want the Japanese. She's gorgeous. If I pull a Mega God of War, this Mega God of War, yes, they do. So if I pull this Mega God of War, I'm gonna be so happy. So the Japanese packs have less cards, but they have more hits. So this booster pack I've got, so I bought a 30 box with 30 packs. Japanese ones are so nice. I bought a box of 30 packs. The box is guaranteed 1 hit. So I'm guaranteed to get at least one of these really cool ones here. For example, I already have this one. I own this one already, which is really cool. He's awesome. But I'm guaranteed one like this. It's just guaranteed no matter what. And the one I want is this one, number 1. If I can get this one, I'm gonna be stoked. Nice, Benji. Welcome back. Got it. But if not, I want this one. No, not this one. This one. She's gorgeous. Because I like this card. I know, Tam. She's gorgeous. Hype chest. New emote, guys. Wait. New emote, look at that. Oh. Thank you for the, again, Benji, I really appreciate you, mate. Couldn't be doing this without your guys' support. Also, look at the price on that thing. Oh, yeah. But again, Tim, I need to hit 1,000 followers before I'm allowed to open my booster pack. So, therefore, I need another 26 followers. 672 USD. Thank you for follow, Tim. Really appreciate you guys. Loving the support. But the one I don't really care about that one. That one's worth the most, but I want this one. She's not as expensive, but she's cooler, in my humble. Anyway, guys, I do. It is a lot of money. That's PSA 10, Benji. That's PSA 10. That's this one. Ungraded is 220, which is like what, 350 bucks. Still, she's very cool. But again, not the one I'm looking for. Anyway, guys. Wait, guys, okay, hear me out. What we need like $6 each. What do I do every time I get a new I need a dance that I do every time I get a new TikTok follow. So for just I'll let you actually no Tam, since you were the most recent TikTok follower, I'll let you choose the dance I do from now on every time I get a new follower. For example, I do the whip nene every time I get a follower on the purple app. No worries, you have a great night, Goblin. Thank you for joining. I do the whip nene every time I do the purple app. I get a follower. Every time I get a bit donation, I do the Dante dance. You'll see it if I ever do that. And then obviously you saw what I do when I get a subscriber. You, Tam, if you're still there, I'll give you the option to choose. Remember, it can't be too big because TikTok followers happen. I get a couple of them every stream, so I don't want it to be something that's going to take up a lot of time. But you can choose. I'll leave it up to your discretion. Said walnut and chocolate chip cookies. Ugh. Chocolate chip cookies are basic. They are good. What about, let's see. Ninja Snap, shortbread. Ooh, I love shortbread. Peanut butter. Peanut butter cookies should be a shout, actually. Oof. No. No. Ooh. Right, do a little boogie. What, like just jump up and down like this? Jump up and down like this, Tim. And then, what? Thank you for following. Is that what you mean? Oh yeah, let me do it for you. This is for you, Tim. Wait, Tim, I'll do it on my knees so that way you can still see my head. Go. Ta-da! That good, or do you want me to do it on my feet? It's pretty hard to get the hips into it. I gotta try and get the hips into it. And then jazz hands. I think the big seller is the jazz hand, right? Whoosh. Okay, I'll do that every time. I swear, every single time I get a new follower on TikTok, as long as I don't get like insanely big, which I highly doubt, as long as I don't get like insanely big, I'll do that as many times as I can. But if like I've been watching some people's lives on TikTok, and I saw a notification that popped up when I joined that they'd gained like 200 followers in the last 5 minutes. Obviously, if I have that many, it's gonna be hard to keep up. But I'll try my best. Jazz hands are the best. Plus, I'm not very good at jazzing my hands, so I think it'd be a good trainer. And this, like that, and then bah. You want me to do that? Hands behind my head. Drop cook. It makes it hard because I'm sitting on my bed. If I had more room, my room. Okay, guys. hear me out when I say this. Hear me out when I say this. I'm thinking. I want to make are they? These. I want to make these. No, I want to make these. I'm making these. Sorry, guys. These are the ones I'm making. Thumbprint cookies. Cute. Lovely. That'll be a weekend thing. What? Those things taste amazing. Fine. It is jam in the middle. Fine. I won't get those. You guys bullied me enough. We will be making peanut butter cookies instead. No, I'm not making fortune cookies. Fortune cookies are too hard. I'm not making fortune cookies. Regular cookies. What's a regular cookie, Benji? What's a regular cookie? Just like sugar cookie or something. What about wait no? Wait, but I want to make something cool. Make something. What about macaron? Lemon sugar. Okay, wait. Hands behind my back, head or not, Tam? Hands behind my head or not? Wait, Nubza, if you're still there, just say hands. Just say yes or no. Hands behind my head. Yes or no? As to yes or no. I'm gonna be no. Yes. Oh, Nubza says yes. Thank you for the follow, Nubs. I will agree though, Tam. I think it does look better. Wait, Nubs, do you want me to do it again with my hands not behind my head? I feel like it looks better. It felt kind of weird when it wasn't behind my head. Do you want me to do it one more time? I can do it one more time. Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay. Wait. Here we go. Sugar cookies. I'm thinking sugar cookies, guys. Hear me out. I'll let you guys vote. Okay. Hands behind my head or not? I just need yeses or no in the chats, and I'm gonna put a name. I'm gonna put a yes or a no in for every yes and no I see. You can vote more than once. You can vote more than once, guys. I'll let it go for. I'll let it go. Wait, I'll let it go for a minute. Wait, I'll let it go for a minute. Let it go for a minute. Okay, go. Just spam. You can spam as many times as you want. The yes. Oh crap. There's a lot of yeses for hands behind my head. Oh damn. You go. No, it's still a chance. Wait, it's still a chance. So we've got no, yes, then yes, then no, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm misspelling yes now. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you have a great night, Benji. Thank you for joining and thank you so much for the gifts. I really appreciate them. And that's time. Now I'm gonna shuffle. Who's excited for the wheel? Nah. Hands behind my head it is. Thank you so much for the follow, by the way, Nubs. I appreciate you so much. Again, I can't really explain it. It was really close to no. I'm sorry, Tam. Or hear me out. hear me out. What if every time somebody follows me, I just say, well, Nubs, his name is Basil. He's just the guardian of this. Make sure no weirdo. What if I just say yes or no? I have played Marvel Rivals in the past. I have 3.6 hours on Marvel Rivals. I can in the future. The issue is right now. I need to set up a second computer. You can buy those mini PCs. I want to get a mini PC set up. They're only a couple $100 to set up as a streaming PC, and then I'll game capture from the PC onto this PC because I'm streaming on the Red app, the Purple app, and TikTok all at once. And it doesn't take much, but it takes a little bit. And then when you're trying to play a big game like this on top of it, it makes my game a little laggy, which I don't like. My only issue. But I can try it. I wasn't very good at it. Yeah. Nubs, did you want to join my Discord server? I play with people in my Discord server all the time. We have a Minecraft server in there. I'm trying to get a Palworld server opened up using boosts, but we just ran out of boosts, so I had to close it down. Send me a private message on TikTok, Nubs, and I'll send you an invite through. The invite link in my you should. The iPad minis are sick. The invite link in my bio unfortunately isn't working right now. So if you just send me a message. Yeah, these games. No, it's not the Walmart Overwatch Sosa. It's Guna Overwatch. Some of these skins in this are foul. No offense, guys. I sent you an invite to my send an invite to the server. I will say, Nubs, I have my friends turned off because there's like 120 people in the Discord server right now. You can't. Good night, Coca-Cola. You can't send me DMs, but I am always active in the server. A lot of the times, I will just sit in the one of the chats. Um, I'll sit in one of the chats, and like I'll sit in like for example, if I join this chat, and I'll just sit here, and anyone who has access to this chat can join. Oh yeah. I will say though, right now, Nubs, I am currently playing through Skyrim. So that's kind of taking up most of my gameplay right now. I suck. I played Marvel Rivals for like 4 hours, like I said, and I suck at it. Like real bad. But yes, I'm playing Skyrim. There's DLCs for Skyrim? What the frick? Oh, you got access to it's a very fun game. I definitely recommend it. I love it. You don't like Skyrim? Really? Well, I just want to finish it. I'm like, no, there isn't. I'm gonna remove it. Thank you for letting me. Thank you for reminding me that stuff. I've never finished Skyrim, and I'm ignoring all the side quests. I'm just powering through the story where I'm gonna finish it, and then I'm never gonna play the game again. Well, my books. Well, we have this one here. This is Goblet of Fire. Specifically, it's the Slytherin edition. I'll bring over some of my good ones. Bring over some of my Okay. Let me go. I just grabbed 4. I'm reading through Dungeon Crawler Carla right now. I'm actually taking the price tag. Again, I just bought this as a collector's. I'm not actually reading it. I am almost finished book 6 out of 8 on Dungeon Crawler Carl. So this is one of my favorite ones. I just love how much is happening in this cover. And then cool, ready? See how cool it is? Up close. You got, by the way, that's a man and a cat inside a giant mouth. And then if we take the dust cover off, it's basic but really nice. Basic but nice. Look at that nice edit. It's oh yeah. And then I have the second one. I'm trying to collect all the special editions, but right now I only have the first 2. I need to get back into collecting those though. That is so expensive, like $60 each. Ridiculous. And then we have my personal favorite romantasy of all time, Prison Healer. If you haven't read this book, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I'll read you the line on the back. There's a little quote on the back. It says, "Never apologize for loving someone, even when it hurts, especially." If you want to read the greatest romantasy you've ever read in your entire life, this book here is fabulous. Hopefully, nice. Next, Six of Crows. This one here, I think, is like probably one of the coolest hardcovers I've seen without a dust cover. It doesn't even have a dust cover. Look how nice. But yeah, Annalise Nubs, read it. It's a phenomenal book. This is like a heist book. Very cool. And then I saved the best till last, guys. I need you guys to like hold onto your seats or brace yourself because you're about to see the coolest thing you've ever experienced in your entire life. Are you guys ready to see something cool? Are you holding on to something? You ready? Okay. Has anybody here heard of Red Rising? Anybody heard of Red Rising? Because this is my favorite book of all time that I bought. It's the special edition of Red Rising. It is insanely. And then you ready? It's gonna get him. Pull it out and ready to see the actual book. This is just a protector. This isn't even the book. This isn't even the cover, Tam. The cover is on the inside. Comes out, and there's even more. Look at that. Then you turn it around, and then it's oh my god. Even the edges, even like the book, like look at that. Absolutely, like this here. If you've read Red Rising, you'd know Io. Io is stunning. Like that's a gorgeous artwork. This here, what's on the back is the song Io sings. This is her song. It is my love, remember the cries when winter died for spring skies. That song in the book. If anybody's read the book, you know how powerful that song is. And then we've got on the back, that's her. Yeah, she's. I'll find her singing it in the audiobook. They actually got an artist to come in and they got an artist to voice Io and sing. I'll find it for you. And then we've got Darrow on the back. And beautiful book. And then on the other side is Darrow again. So this book is pretty much, for those who don't know what this book is, long story short, without any spoilers, a guy's wife gets killed. So he destroys the universe. in revenge. That's what happened. Without any spoilers. Spoiler free. Yeah. He ruined the entire universe because they killed his wife. But it's even worse, guys. You're about to hear why it's even worse than it sounds. They're on Mars at the beginning of the book, right? That's why it's Red Rising because their Reds are on Mars, right? It's even worse because on Mars she got hung, right? She got hung in front of everybody, and on Mars the gravity isn't strong enough for them to die by hanging. So the guards, they forced loved ones of the people being hung to come up and pull their feet and snap their neck. So not only did he have to watch his wife die, he also had to go and effectively kill her. Brutal, brutal, brutal. What show, Tam? Are you guys ready to listen? This song is called Song of Persephone. Let me know if you'll be able to hear it. You ready? Beautiful, beautiful song. This isn't it. Wait. Is it this one? I think this is it. That sounds really cool. This is the song that Eos sung as she was about to be hung. It actually caused quite the uprising. Fun fact, Darrow, the main character, actually ends up, his nickname becomes the Reaper later on. But he becomes what they're singing about in this song.
My son, remember the chains when gold ruled with iron reins. We roared and roared and twisted and screamed.
That's actually does actually. Yeah, except he did it for his dog, and mind you, okay, hear me out. Mind you, I think they were only 15 at the time. The life expectancy of a Red on Mars, where they were, is like 20 years old. So he had to kill his wife when he was only 15. Pretty messed up. It's a very messed up. Also, fun fact about so Pierce Brown wrote. I have read, so I actually own the series. I own the entire series back there. I'm up to the second last book. I'm trying to smash it out. It's my gym book right now. I'm trying to smash it out before Red God comes out, which is Pierce Brown, right? It was like 12 years ago, maybe. It was a long time ago this book came out. It's only become really popular really recently. But he was broke. He was dead broke, and he was living with his mum. He was living in his mum's attic, and he wrote Red Rising in 2 months. He wrote the entirety of it. He wrote this book in 2 months, and now it's one of the most obviously, like 10 years later, It's one of the most popular books ever. My biggest flex is I read it before it was popular. I've known Micah Darrow ever since before Nerd. That's me, except my glasses are see-through. Okay, guys, I do really need to end the stream now. I appreciate everyone's following. I appreciate you for sticking around, chatting with me, and letting me show off my books as usual. I love my books. But I do have to go to bed. It is 10 p.m. and I'm very tired. I will be live tomorrow at 8 a.m. as usual. We're playing some more Skyrim, which I'm keen for. I don't know what I'm going to be doing in Skyrim. I think we got to go talk to a dragon. Oh boy. I'm going to end the live in 3, 2,